Hi, my name is Michael St. Amy. If you happen to enjoy this video and you're new to the channel, I would like to invite you to subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a like and a comment. Good evening. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this evening. It's going to have the normal, question and answer, or what I call a discussion in reference to the previous video, if anyone have any questions. But I'm going to start off, and I think I'm going to continue to do this in the future. If I have any new product, or I may give you like a preview for something that I would be reviewing down the line. So tonight going to be one of those situations. And I just got a new M12 tool. And I want to start off with the fact that I started off with these tools. And you guys have seen them before. I have reviews on each one of these tools. And as I've explained before, what I like about these tools is the common battery and the fact that Milwaukee has ton loads of tools that support this one battery, the M12. Same thing with the M18. Most of the stuff I use in the shop, the M12 is more than good enough, but I do plan on getting some M18 tools for more heavy duty type work. New tool. And you're probably wondering what this has to do with woodworking. Well, to give you a little hint, is something down the line that I'm going to be showing, and it has something to do with finishing. So that's coming up. So for now, I'm going to open this. This is going to be a kind of a unboxing and a quick little demo, and then we go into the question and answer in regards to the previous video, the Mega MFT. Let's start with the fact that it is an M12 plastic pipe shear, and it has the ability to cut PVC pipe, schedule 40, up to 2 inches in thickness. Give you a different angle of the box. Okay. I got a bare tool because I have plenty of batteries. Obviously I've opened this before. There's a battery in there. But some people like unboxing, so that's the reason why I did it. Take a look at that. Look at it. It has some weight to it, but it's well balanced. Open it up like this. And I have a 1 1/4 inch schedule 40 PVC pipe right here. And I'm gonna do a little live demo so you can see. And you can see the quality of the cut. It's clean, like factory. No burrs, nice and clean cut. So that's that. And with that, in another video, you'll see a review on this. Put this away. Another quick item too that I just got, I would like to share with you guys is this. I'm getting up there. I'm about to turn 50 next month, and carrying sheets of plywood. I don't know if plywood has gotten heavier or if I've gotten weaker, but this makes it very easy for you to carry plywood. This is a correct product, but they're not the inventor of it. I've seen this product before years ago, but I finally broke down and picked up one, and it works excellently. Highly recommend it. I don't know if they have a name for it. I will call it. Let's name it. I'll call it the panel lifter. Great. Welcome, DMC. I don't know if you caught. Let me put you up on screen. We have a new viewer tonight. That's great. I'm happy to hear that. And once again, this is the section I'm going to go into the discussion. If you all have any questions or any input or any experience with an MFT yourself that you would like to discuss, please engage. While I'm waiting for individuals to ask questions, I'm going to give a little bit of information about the MFT. The MFT that I shown, obviously, is not store-bought. I built it myself. The top is a torsion box design, and it's 4 inches thick. What else can I tell you about it? The depth, the cross-cut capacity is 39 inches, and the length of board I could put up there to cross-cut, or if you're from the UK, they call it docking, same thing. It's 65.5 inches on the table for the to the cut line. So that's what I can cut. I can cut something up to 65.5 inches as the final dimension on the table. And with the extension for the fence, I can go up to 6 feet, a little over 6 feet. The overall length of the table itself is 75 inches, to give you an idea. What else? What other information I could give you about it? Well, I have Inca tracks in it, and I should have brought up the clamps. Shame on me. The clamps you see me using in a video. Okay, great. I'll put it up there. It's a little TP plywood center. I'm careful to place the plywood. Okay. Yes. That panel, I think I know what you're talking about. A few company makes that panel, DMC. I think you're referring to the one Bora has one too. It has wheels and it carries the plywood on edge. I've never used that, but it seems interesting. Rashid, I agree with you. Put you up there. I agree with you, Rashid. As you can tell, let me go to this view. This is an MFT. This is the standard MFT. You can't see the whole thing in view, but if you haven't seen my MFT review, you'll see it. I have done a review on it before, and you're correct. is very limiting, especially if you do larger projects. So that's one of the main reason why I made the larger one, at least for the shop. The one that I present from, when I go out on jobs, I would carry that for me with me, and that would be a portable workbench. And as you can see, it serves multiple uses for me. It's first and, well, I won't say first and foremost, because that's not the most important feature of it to me anyway. It's a very important feature for safety, but it's an outfeed table. And it's also an assembly table. And it's also a hand tool workbench, as you can see. It's not the most ideal hand tool workbench, but I put some features in it that allow me to make do, like the Incra track that's embedded into it. And if you ever decide to replicate what I did, I want you to be very careful because I made a mistake. I got the idea for embedding the Incra track based on a jig that I purchased for my Capex miter saw that had the connection for the wings, had the Incra extrusion that allow you to use the quick clamps that Festool has, or even the regular clamps, but it accepts it. So when I went to get what I thought was those exact same extrusions, the ones I got from Incra was actually a little bit smaller than the one that I got with the kit that I bought. They don't even sell that. The company I got it from, the kit is not available anymore. I think the company went out of business. So I don't know if Incra made a custom extrusion for them, or else if Incra has multiple of that type of miter extrusion. But for my Wood River clamps, I had to take a grinder to it and grind it down to be able to use it inside of the extrusion. So that's an advance warning. What else I would like to share? Oh, the fence is an Incra fence, obviously. I use that same Incra fence on the Festool table, MFT table that I currently have. You guys have seen that before, and I've been very happy with that. I like the idea, even on the original MFT table, I like the idea that I could telescope it, which made the MFT table more useful, especially for doing like cabinet type work. Anything I'm missing? Any other questions? As usual in the video, I did everything in real time, so you got an idea of, well, I did cut out some parts, but it's fairly quick for me to be able to either put the fence on and put the guide rail in place and set everything to use it as a docking station or for cross cutting. And then if I need to rip something on a table saw, I could take that whole thing down and put everything away and be able to use it as an outfeed table or as an assembly table or to do hand tool work. I'm very happy with it. I have ideas for a more advanced version, but I'm not going to do that in this shop setting. When I'm hoping to get hopefully sooner than later, a basement shop. And at that point, I would really be able to do what I would really like to do. Chris, if you're referring to the table that I have, the mega table, I don't have any holes in it. That's how it's different from a standard MFT. If you're referring to the MFT, where did I got my bench dogs so long ago, and they work real well. I want to say I got mine from Lee Valley Tools, and I'm happy with it. I did get mine from Lee Valley Tools. That's the best ones that I have. And they're made out of steel, and they're real good. Okay, great. So we're talking about the same thing. Yes. And that's what I would really like it for. Just like what you said, taking it off of the truck and wheeling it in. I could see how that would be a real lifesaver. You're welcome, Chris. If you see me look down every once in a while, you only see me do this in lives. Um, it's because I'm looking at the comments. At some point, I want to have a monitor close to me so I could read them more easily. Even with the glasses, my monitor is so far away, it's a little bit of a task for me to read the comments. So the table legs, I didn't show the table legs, but I've shown it in the past. In a previous iteration of this table, it's it's a beautiful idea, and I think I'm gonna go into detail and show you guys the construction of it. When I do move, I can break this whole thing down and take it with me. As sturdy as it is, I can run, jump on top of the outfit slash MFT table, and it's not going anywhere. It's solid, but yet at the same time, I could break it down and move it. Oh, and no problem. What else? There was something else I wanted to hit on. Oh, I, in a previous video, I spoke about my lumber storage problem and that I was working on a lumber cart. Is the video where I showed the casters. I'm actually basically finished with it. And I'll be showing you guys that in passing. It's not a build video or anything like that, but I'll show you guys how it turned out. I have it was supposed to be for plywood, but I have the capacity to store 8 sheet of plywood on a regular basis. And then I have full sheets. And then I have a part of it that is for half sheets or cut-offs. And I have a section of it for cut-off of dimensional lumbers, like strips and so forth. Can I think of anything else I would like to share with you this evening? I think that's it. In future videos, I'll go over some of these. Oh, you can't see them because they're green. And it's on the green. Okay, there it is. I put it in front of me. In future videos, I will go over, well, no, it's still not going to show it. It's being keyed out. But very interesting. It's green. But I'm going to have to come up with a way to, I'll have to do it in a video to show you guys some of these handy products. Like, which one of y'all asked? I think it was Chris asked about the bench dog. One of these is a very good way, if you can see it, to store clamps and bench dogs on your MFT table. Do this up here. I'll tell you why. I was gonna put holes in it in the beginning, and obviously I have the capacity to. Actually, I had several ideas that I entertained. I entertained making it modular to where I had a section of it that had bench dog holes in it that I could put in and take out. I would have produced it on a CNC machine. And then, when I wanted bench holes, I'll have bench holes on one half of the bench. And then also I can take it out and put a router table insert. I played with all of that. But in the end, I just decided I didn't need them. Mostly everything I do, you see where I have the playing stop. I have the ability to hold workpiece on edge, hold workpiece in the feel of the table, on top of the table. So I decided not to do it. Maybe in a future version. Oh, one of the reason also is with it being a torsion box, I didn't want sawdust and so forth to fall to accumulate inside of it. So I just decided to leave it flat. Let's see, we can see that. Okay, great. That's a very good idea. That's a very good idea, DMC. I have been just waxing mines, but something that is more of a permanent finish is a good idea. Exactly. That was ultimately the reason why I decided not to do it. I asked myself, do I really need them? And I, thought of ways that I could work without using them. And that's how I came out with a plain stop on both ends. And I came up with various ideas to hold and secure pieces. And there's another part of it that I haven't done yet. I'm going to have about 4 to 6. I don't have them up here, but I showed it in a previous video of the aluminum embedded clamp plates that Craig makes. I'm going to have about 4 to 6 of them embedded in that top. That was another way that I came up for securing workpieces if I needed. So I haven't put them on as yet. Any other questions? Hey, I'm gonna call you Nico because I could never pronounce your name. Sorry about that. Long time no see. If I remember right, you're the gentleman from the Ukraine, correct? Or is it? Yes, I think you're from you. Or is it Czech Republic? I forget what you say you were from. It's either Ukraine or Czech Republic. You're welcome, DMC. I usually have a terrible memory, so that's especially with names and stuff like that. So I guess I did good that time. Yes, by way of New York, correct. I know exactly what you're talking about, DMC. What's the name? What's the name? I'm forgetting the name of the product, and I don't want to butcher it. Oh, thanks for stopping in. Any ideas of your own? Anything that you would have done different, or anything you have done different? Please share. Well, we had it in the beginning of the video. I went over um, these various. I'll put them back on screen. These various M12 tools that I have, and the reason why I chose to go with them over even the Festool. The Festool power tools, I like. I really like them. But it's a very limiting platform. They don't make a lot of tools. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm going to answer that question for you real quick. I use both. And I'll tell you something right now. Oh man, I hate, let me switch back to me. I hate the fact that they don't make the old style anymore where you adjust the tension by hand. I I have a love-hate relationship with the Automax. Those things are so frustrating to use. But I use both the long and the short. It just depends on what you're doing. But having both of them give you flexibility. And as far as how many to get, it is on you. I have quite a few, and I think I'm gonna have quite a few more. Okay, just like any type of clamps, you never have enough clamps. That's a real thing. I agree, but that's not even the biggest problem for me. The biggest problem, okay, I use staplers. This is a crown stapler, right? Festool doesn't make a crown stapler. This is a 23 gauge pin nailer. Festool does not make a 23 gauge pin nailer. So I showed this earlier. I know this is not a woodworking product, but I'm getting ready, and you'll see it in a future video. I'm getting ready to make, I'll go ahead and say it. I want to use, please do not do this unless you do exactly what I do. I want to use waterborne finishes. I don't have anything in my shop that I use for finishing. You cannot light a match and it explode. That's a thing for me. I I work in my garage, and I'm not trying to blow up my house. That's my personal thing. I know in a lot of ways, um, oil-based finishes and all that type of finishes are superior to water-based. But to be honest with you, it's just one of those things. If you don't have two items side by side to compare it to, you really can't tell the difference. And pro versus con, I prefer the water-based. So I said that to say this. I'm gonna make a spray booth out of PVC pipe, schedule 40. So that's why I got this. And this thing is awesome. It will cut up to a 2-inch schedule, schedule 40 PVC pipe. And it uses that same battery once again, the M12. Clean cut. That's what I like about it. It's crooked because I was holding it crooked. It's hard to be presenting and trying to do this at the same time. But this thing is, watch the other end. I've cut this previously. That's what I like about it. And so many other tools. Exactly. And half the time they they have these batteries on sale. Sometimes you get 2 for 1, and they have all type of deals going on, and they have different capacities in these batteries. In my original tools, there was 1.5 amp. This one is a 2 amp. They make a 3 amp. I think they make a 5 amp also. Is a bigger battery, and so many different things that different tools that you have in this kit, in this line, in the M12. And this is the equivalent to Festool. Matter of fact, they copied the whole style with the D handle and all that. And I tell people, I've used the Festool one. And in my opinion, I prefer the Festool one. It's more finesse than this. This one has more power. So you have to be a little bit more careful with it than you would with the Festool one. But once again, pro versus con. This thing works flawless for me. And it's just like the Festool one. It has a right angle head, it has the offset head, and it all works flawlessly. So that's why it was a no-brainer for me. And I don't think Festool can compete with that. And I certainly do not want a fragmented setup. I don't want to have a battery for DeWalt, battery for Festool, battery for this and that. I am one to mix corded tool. This is the way I used to buy corded tool. I never stuck with a brand. Whichever one that had the best rated tool, that's the one I would bought. I don't care if it was yellow, if it was green, if it was red. I had no prejudice where that was concerned. But for cordless, when you have to rely on a proprietary battery, that's when I had to decide who I'm going to go with. And I decided to go with Milwaukee. Today is M12. My battery platform is going to fragment a little bit, but it's not, for me, it's not really a fragmentation. I have what I call woodworking tools, and I have what I call construction tools. So when I go cordless on my construction tools, it's going to be the M18. And just like the M12, they have a plethora of tools that use that same battery. I agree, DMC. I agree. I am happy with it. Really love this thing. It fits my hand perfect. I really like it. Well built. The impact driver is also very excellent. This stapler, you know what I use this for? I have a pneumatic nailer that's way faster than this. But sometimes I don't want to be dealing with going and get the hose and all that. Or if I have to run out and do something or replace something, backs of cabinets, this is how I staple them on. And this works. one one battery format to rule them all. I really like that. Yep. In my case, I have two battery charger. So I could charge. I need to start buying more battery because as I add tools, I'm starting to deplete my spares. But my plan is to always have 2 to 4 spares. So every tool has a battery in, and I have fully charged one sitting there so I could switch out, no downtime, and have two in the charger at any given time if need be. I had a Festool cordless drill. Is the big brother to the installation driver theirs. I think it was called a T something. I forgot the name of it. And I had that thing for years. It's kind of underpowered now because back then the cordless tools wasn't as powerful as they are now. But I love that thing. I never had an issue with it. But because of the same thing, it's pros and cons. They don't offer enough tools. Yeah, I agree. One battery to rule them all. One battery to rule them all. Some of the stuff, I don't even know why they bother wasting time. Festool has a sheetrock screw gun. Why? Why? I can get that same thing in a Milwaukee that have I'm exaggerating, but they have thousands of tools that use the same battery. Why would I go get a different battery just to get a Festool drywall screwer? It doesn't make sense to me anyway. So they cordless power tools. I like their cordless. I mean, sorry, not cordless. They corded power tools. I like the Capex. I love my Capex. I love my TS55. But I just can't go cordless with them. Sorry, Festool. I know Festool. By the way, I know Festool hate me. I mean, I don't hate them, but I know they probably hate me. I'm just going to tell it as it is, but it's my personal opinion. And I'm pretty sure their cordless tools are good. Once again, I have a cordless drill driver theirs, and if it speak to their other cordless stuff, it's the same quality. I'm pretty sure their cordless stuff are well made. But the question is, does it make sense? Is it practical? And for me, no, it's not. Let me see. I forgot, this came in a box. I'm going to show you how ridiculous it is. In case y'all don't know this, I'm about to blow your mind. On this sheet of paper, it's all the M12 tools. Festool cannot compete with this. No, I'm lying. This is not all. That side is M. Sorry, wrong side. That was 18. This is the M12 tools on this side. So from hair to hair. They have 2 types of drill drivers. Well, 3 types. Well, no more. Oh my God. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different types of drill drivers in the M12 line. They have cordless wrenches, static drills, I think that's what they call, riveting tools, palm nailer, I mean, sawzalls, so many cork guns, flashlights. They can't compete with it. Exactly. And that's my point. Exactly. Exactly. I didn't verbalize that, but that's my point. If they switch battery, no, they would be creating a mess for themselves. They might come up with a better battery, but that battery is going to be compatible with their tools. Cork guns, circular saws, jigsaw, bandsaw. I mean, so I'm preaching to the choir. Y'all get what I'm talking about. Correct, because it would actually be a right business opportunity for somebody. Because there would be thousands of, if not millions, of tools that would be out there that would need batteries. I agree with that. I don't think I put this one up. I hate how this thing jumps all over the place. Put it in the middle of the screen like I want it. And then the other side, as I show you guys, is the M18, and it follows. It even have, as I showed you, it even has way more tools in the M18 line, and that's going to be my next move. It's going to be the M18 line. And they didn't even show it. Did they show it here? I have I have a few of them. I have some Stabila laser. And I know now they make them with rechargeable battery. By the time I purchased them, they use regular alkaline batteries. That is going by the wayside, and I'm going to get the Milwaukee one that once again uses this same battery. Green laser for layout and uses the same battery. You're welcome, DMC, and I appreciate you showing up. Actually, I'm sad when people don't show up. I'm hoping for the day that I tune in and there's like 500 people in the chat. Well, we got 5 people on the chat right now. That's cool. Well, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And another thing I need to include in that. I mean, most of the woodworkers are DIY people, homeowners, DIY, and you don't just do woodworking. You do other stuff around the house. You may do some plumbing. You may do some electrical. You may do some construction stuff. And the Milwaukee fill all those needs. Festool don't. I'm getting back into low voltage. That's my end goal in this. And they also have a cable stapler. Brilliant. Use this once again. Same battery. Anything else anybody want to add? I think we've beaten this horse to death. If you haven't tried this, try it. I really like it. It goes up to, I want to say 2 inches. Let me see. I'll tell you. No, it goes up to 1 3/8. My Grex pneumatic goes up to 2 inches. This one doesn't. It goes up to, so from a 1/2 inch to 1 3/8. It works real well. No, no, it doesn't. None of them could compete with a pneumatic nailer. A pneumatic nailer is king. And if anybody tell you otherwise, I don't care if it's the gas ones, whatever, the pneumatic one is king. But once again, practicality. If you just need to do something quickly, you don't want to set up a compressor or you don't want to deal with the noise. This nails pretty quick, but it moves in slow motion compared to a pneumatic nailer. It can't compete. None of them could compete with a pneumatic nailer. Even a stapler. This is for convenience. The pneumatic stapler will run circle. Even a cheap one will run circles around this. None of them could compete with it as far as speed. This is more about practicality. Let's say I'm working on a job and I already wrap everything up. I put everything away, put everything back on the truck. And man, I just remember, I forgot. I had to, in the bathroom somewhere, I had to nail off a piece of trim. Do I want to run and get the compressor, set up hose, set up cords and all of that? Whereas I could just pick this up, go in the bathroom and psh, 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 done, leave. But if I'm doing a whole job, would I be using, well, I'm holding a stapler in my hand. If I'm doing a whole job, I won't be using this, the pneumatic. Unless it's a small job. And it was the same, I mean, it's always been the same idea with this, which with these type of devices, these the motor driven power tools, they're almost to the point of corded tools now. But traditionally, you use these for convenience, not as a replacement. So it's the same concept with the nailers. Yes. but it doesn't have quite as much power. I never had an issue with power with the type of woods I've used. Well, have I tried it in something like hard maple? I'm going to do that one of these days. I think I did one time. I'm going to try something like a real hard wood to see how this works. But the pneumatic nailers, them, once again, it can't compete with a pneumatic nailer. The air, using compressed air, the compressed air have more ready available power to it than this type of system. But once again, I've never had an issue with this. I never had an issue with it driving. It has, a depth stop. You can, use it to sink or sink less, depending on the type of woods you're going into. But I've never had an issue. The biggest difference for me has been speed. And if I ever run into a species of wood where this won't sink, well, that would be the rare time I will have to pull out my pneumatic nailer. But this ain't going nowhere, and I'm 100% happy with this. As far as my pneumatic nailer, I have a Grex. That's a pretty good one. I think it's a 750, I think is the model number of it. Can't remember off the top of my head. But it goes up to 2 inches. And you hit it right on the head on DMC. A homeowner have plenty of time. You're not in a rush. It's not production. So these things are great. If time is an issue, you probably don't want this. Compared to a pneumatic stapler, if time is an issue and it's production, you'll never find this on a shop floor as far as a production cabinet shop. This is too slow. In a production shop, they have the automatic ones, the one that you hold the trigger and you just touch it, go zzz, and as fast as you could move your hand, it's spitting out staples. This can't do that. Terrible sound effect, by the way. How are we looking? 4 people still here. I'm impressed. 4 people is interested in me. As usual, take it or leave it. I'm giving my honest opinion. I'm not owned by anyone. I'm not one of those guys that say I bought it or say, and even if somebody gave this to me, just my character, they'll probably end up not giving me another thing. But you give it to me, I'm going to tell you. The worst thing you could tell me is to give me your honest opinion, because I'm going to give it to you, like it or not. And you come to find out quickly, people tend to say one thing, and then when you give your honest opinion, they get offended. So they tend to deal with people that they know is flexible. So guys, it's been a great one. If we don't have any more questions, I'll probably give it a minute or so, and then I'll call it an evening, and I would see you guys next week. But as I said, I'm going to give it about a minute, and then I'm going to shut down for the evening. I really enjoy the lives. I enjoy the lives more so. That's the reason why I've been fighting to get it. Those who start with me from the beginning, y'all know the trials and the tribulations. And I think I've probably invested more money in a live equipment than in my regular stuff. So that's give you an idea how much I like the lives, and I want the lives to work out. Same DCM. I mean DMC. Oh, geez, what's going on? I'm getting tired. So with that said, I'm gonna go to the outro. Thanks for watching the video and be safe in the shop.